Solve by completing the square. In order to solve by completing the square, what you want to do first is make sure the constant that's lingering on the left is now on the right. So let's subtract 67 from both sides. That leaves us with 2x squared minus 5x equals negative 67. The second thing I want to do is I want to get rid of the number in front of x squared. So divide everything by 2. So that leaves us with x squared minus 5 over 2x equals negative 67 over 2. Awful. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take half of the number in front of x, which is going to be half of negative 5 over 2. When you multiply negative 5 over 2 by a half, you get negative 5 over 4. You take that number, you square it, and you add that to both sides. So negative 5 over 4 times negative 5 over 4 is positive 25 over 16. You're going to add that to both sides, positive 25 over 16. Okay, so if you're looking at this and saying, this is going to be bad, yes, this is going to be bad. Now the left side is a perfect square trinomial, which means it's factorable. And you might look at that and say, how in the world am I going to factor that out? Well, the number that you use when you factor it out is half of the number in front of x. So this part's actually not super bad, like the movie, and you end up with x minus 5 over 4. So that part's okay. The parts that's not okay is this guy over here. I need to multiply u by 8 over 8 in order for me to combine these terms. So negative 67 divided by 8, multiplied to 8 is 536. So you become negative 536 over 8 plus 25 over 8. All right, so I'm going to still keep you written as x minus 5 over 4 squared equals negative 536 plus 25 is going to be negative 511. Ugh. All right. Now, in order to get rid of the square, I have to square root both sides. So let's square root both sides, square root both sides. Don't forget to attach the positive or negative. That allows this guy to be eliminated. X minus, like you guys cross out, x minus 5 over 4 equals, now there's a lot going on here, positive or negative, negative 511. So at the very least, what I can do is pull out an I. Square root of 511, I don't think there's anything you can do with that. Okay, I don't think so. I don't think you can make a factor. In fact, I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to leave it. This becomes the square root of 8, though. Okay, the square root of 8 is also the same as the square root of 2 over root 2. So you are the same as plus or minus square root of 511 over 2 root 2. Multiply the top and the bottom by 2 or by root 2. That leaves me with x minus 5 over 4 equals positive or negative, the square root, don't forget the I, the square root of 1022 divided by 4. Ugh. Now the square root of 1022, you can't do anything with. You can't. I just paused the video and checked. So we're stuck here. But the way we're going to end this problem is we're going to add 5 over 4 to both sides. And our answer is going to look like this. X equals 5 over 4 plus or minus I times the square root of 1022 over 4. Completing the square is a nightmare at times. I'm not a fan of it. So the next few videos are about the quadratic formula, which is so much nicer.